now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
You know what, guys? This is a week where we thought we'd never get to, but finally we're here. So what I want you to do is take a big tablespoon of cocaine, eat it, run through the woods, hide in a cave, then maybe pray to God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon. Maybe you're at home. Maybe you're with your mom, your spouse, your grandma. I don't care. Wrap a blanket around your legs. Put your feet up, lean back, put your hands behind your head, take a deep breath, look that person in the eye and say, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. In the screen, bottom right-hand side, is my esteemed co-host.
Hi, Chris Lynch.
And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the guy that could take a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese, a half a pound of hamburger, and a jalapeno pepper, and make you a 5-star meal. It is producer extraordinaire, Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up, everybody out there?
So, we've waited for this. This has been something we've talked about since the movie was in pre-production.
Yep.
It's Cocaine Bear Day.
It's Cocaine Bear Day.
The only thing that would make this better, and I'm sorry I just thought of it right now, is if we had a little Rick James music, because cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. It is.
So we're trying something new out today, guys, just so you know. As Lynch typed in O'Kane Bear, I'm not sure what that means on the comment section. Herm, bring that up to show that our co-host is illiterate.
Oh, my.
I love him, but, you know, Mick Foley ain't what he used to be.
No, he's definitely lost the ability to spell. You know.
He's lost the plot. What we're going to do is, as different guys are speaking at length, Herm is going to switch the gimmick, and we're going to review Cocaine Bear, and later we're going to review what some of you have seen of it, the Iron Sheik A&E documentary, which, dude, what a crazy life he led. But first, do we have any housekeeping from last week? Anything we want to talk about? Am I the asshole? Everybody who told me they listened thought they had a great time. They loved the kids, by the way. They did.
Cool.
What is that? There we go.
A little cocaine music.
White line.
Vision, dreams of passion. And all the while I think of you.
We're going to get a copyright strike.
Nah, we're good. It's not that long. It's all right. We don't run them long enough.
Oh, so, all right. Go ahead, Lynch. What were you saying?
Your co-host, Pablo Escobar.
Ooh, Escobar. I like
Yes,
that.
you
And
are.
Derek is banned from the show.
Yes, well, hey.
For life.
I got
Yes,
present
you
for
do.
Mr.
Oh my.
For the Sweet Baby Hangout, Lynch has made this nice wooden pop bottle opener, because that's all we drink there is
From 8th grade shop class.
Yes, Coca-Cola in glass bottles. That's what we do.
Get $25 for that motherfucker.
My Snapple Peach Tea does not have a pop top, so I just twist it open.
Just twist
My
it.
Diet Mountain Dew.
Yep. Before we get into
Twist it, pop it, turn it, bop it. What's that? Wasn't that a toy?
rub it down. Oh no!
Oh no!
Need a body bag. Listen, if you want to advertise on this show, you see the banner below. If you have a business that you'd like to push, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. Email Big Herm, or if you want to put whatever you want on this board behind me, you contact me, and you get this board for 1 week, 5 weeks, depending on what you pay.
Ooh.
That's right. Chris is
Very
running
nice.
specials today. My
Very
prices
nice.
are insane.
Say.
Twist it, spin it, flick it, bop it, pull it. He's right. I love that fucking game. I was great at it. It does sound dirty, Derek. Derek the Undertaker being one of the coolest people ever in the history of cool or people. So I'll see you Friday night. and we will play some pool. By the way, watch this, guys. Derek, what's the over-under on your kid asking to play pool? I've got 17 minutes.
Look at that hat. Look at
I
that.
love
hat.
it. I need one of those. Where does somebody get something like that, Herm?
Off the internet.
No shit, Sherlock.
I don't know where I got it. That's it. I don't know where I got it. Where'd you get that shit? Off the internet, bitch. What?
I got
There it is. There it is. There it is.
17 and
yeah.
$1. Okay, I got
That
you.
is the 3 a.m. I'm drunk off my ass. That looks cool purchase on it.
No, I bought that completely sober. I used to wear this when I DJ'd. I put like shit on it. You can change it. I can write whatever I want to on it. I wore it to work once, and it just said "fuck you" all day. It's a great hat. I hate it here. Is also always pleasant at work, but yeah, it's my hat.
One time, not today, but I do have a birthday coming up in December.
Yep.
I wanted to scroll across the top. You, sir, may fuck off.
Oh,
Yeah,
very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Derek
that's nice.
Derek's 17 and $1. I just said 17 minutes. You can't take my same bid,
For
dirtbag.
real. For real.
So, did anybody get any feedback from last week where Brenton Herman and Emma Burns, no relation, showed up on the show and did "Am I the Asshole"?
I didn't get anything from anybody. Brenton enjoyed himself. He really liked it.
Emma did too. She sent me a message. I'll share with you, Herm, off camera. Because if
Very
I do it
nice.
on camera, I'm going to be drawn and quartered. 17 and a half minutes. So Derek is $1-ing me like on The Price is Right.
Oh my.
Oh,
That's nice.
but I've been
that's
looking
nice.
forward to Friday night. It's going to be 80 degrees here on the East Coast, so it's not Flannel Friday, but it's still pool and music. And a couple things I want to clear up with Derek in the comment section. Derek last week had to cancel Flannel Friday to go to see Depeche Mode in New York City. He sent us a couple clips. The show was it looked pretty good.
He had a great time, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. Did you happen to see the club pics from the after show?
I did.
Oh my God, I'd last 12 seconds in there. My head would explode. Not-
way too much for you. Way too much for you to handle.
Oh, all the 128 beats a minute and the electronica music. Nope, I'm done.
Wiggity.
If somebody's watching this without sound and watching me do this, it's not good. Get the X rating out right now. Yeah, that's the slalom. You have to pay extra for that. Derek says it was an awesome show.
That's a
Then we
double-
ended up in some nightclub.
This is the double Dutch rudder.
Ooh, I like that double Dutch. Oh, look at that! Look at that hat, Herm. Put it up on the big screen. Come on now.
Is that what's making noise?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's just the program on my phone, but yeah.
that should have been worn in the
That's right.
nightclub with Derek right there.
Look. I'm current. I'm relevant.
Your Bud
I got a
Light.
rainbow on my head.
Yes, you
Look,
do.
I'm Bud Light.
You're much
Oh,
more
leave
attractive
it-
than Bud Light.
Leave it to us. We'll make a Bud Light joke out of anything. Take, for example, young Dustin Rhodes. Spent the first 8 years of his career just a regular old Joe. The minute he drank a Bud Light, he became Gold Dust. He was a 3-time Intercontinental Champion, 2-time Tag Team Champion. Dude is a first ballot Hall of Famer if there ever was one, all because of Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
Did he stutter?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he what?
Stutter.
Yeah, he did a stuttering gimmick at one point. You're absolutely correct. Look
Yeah.
at that. Lynch is paying contention. I like that. Because he got in storyline, he got electrocuted, and that's what started the stuttering slash Tourette's bit.
Yeah, the
All
only
right, so
reason I remember
have we actually discussed Cocaine Bear?
We collectively have not, and here we go. We're 11 minutes in. This is good for us. We're actually getting on track 11 minutes in. So I don't remember which one of you guys brought it to my attention or to our attention, but the Peacock had Cocaine Bear. First run, boom, here we go.
It was Lynch because I've been watching it as early access on Prime, waiting for it to come down to less than $20, and then
Right.
Lynch broke that it was on the cock.
So once
Like
it came
Lynch.
to the cock, well, Lynch is the butt. Let's be clear. Lynch is, battalion butt stuff over here.
He is the anal commander.
Did you have
Rear Admiral.
Rear Admiral? You beat me to it, you bastard.
Boom.
So once it hit the cock, I got to ask you guys a question. Did you watch the movie first and then the documentary, or the documentary first and then the movie?
I watched the movie and then the documentary.
I did
Movie,
it in
then doc.
reverse. I am the asshole. I am the asshole.
Well, Derek was right. You are the asshole.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't want any preconceived story notion going into the movie. All I wanted to know is I knew it wasn't a serious movie. All right, I knew it was kind of slasher farce, and I knew there was a bear. I knew that it did a bunch of cocaine, and I know that it was gonna kill a bunch of people, and that's how I wanted to go into the movie.
Okay, see, because I got home that night and it was late, I watched the documentary first.
Because the documentary is okay. Cocaine Bear is pretty straightforward. Bear, drug people drop it. Drug people want it. Bear is eating that shit before they find it. Kills a bunch of people. All right, and the bedlam that ensues.
Yeah,
now
everybody
when
wants
you
a duffel bag.
right but when you watch the documentary, like there's like 6 rabbit holes to go down, like all the gadgets the guy had and the stories that went with the dude who fucking the documentary was less about the bear and more about this fucking crazy ass smuggler.
And the tangled
That
web
could be
he
an
weaved.
entire movie by itself.
Right.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
What
It's
bothered
like
me?
D.B. Cooper meets James Bond.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, there you go.
What bothered me about the documentary was it was the Snap lady who was doing the narration. And they talk about Drew Thompson. And as they go to break, which on Peacock you only get 60 seconds versus 2 minutes on regular TV, it's like, so Drew Thompson's plan would have worked. And what happened to the Cocaine Bear? So you come back, you get more 15 minutes of Drew Thompson. And as Drew Thompson is found dead because his chute didn't open and all this bullshit, and what happened to the Cocaine Bear? I'm like, bitch, get to the point.
Yeah, the name is Cocaine Bear, not the Tetris
Right.
show.
Yeah, it was Cocaine Bear, the real story, but they spent more time on Drew Thompson. They might have called it Drew Thompson featuring the Cocaine Bear.
Right. The Cocaine Bear was just kind of a
Dressing.
yeah.
Yeah, and Little X and Nas.
So who wants to start on Cocaine Bear? Because it's not going to be me.
I'll start on it. I mean, it wasn't. I've seen people make comments like, "Oh, it's horrible." I know it is. We all knew it was going to. Elizabeth Banks and Kerry Russell, and they all had fun with this movie. This movie was fun for them, and you can see them all. You can see it. You know what I mean? It's overtly and crazily.
Ignorant?
Yeah, well, bloody, morbid, extremely graphic for a reason. But then it's also a little serious. It's also a little, it's funny. It's serious. It's a whole bunch of shit. But we never expected it to be good.
No, I don't think I certainly went into it thinking it was going to be The Godfather.
No, I didn't watch it for cinema. It was a really fucked up story, and I was interested to see the story that they wrote, giving the parameters that when they, because they made the morning show and the night show tours pushing the movie, and we kind of had a grasp for what's up, and she kind of made it known that it wasn't too fucking serious.
Yeah, we're not talking Citizen Kane here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rosebud. It's a
Did you know
sled.
that in
there?
did
I
you
saved
know
you 2 hours.
did you know that in some countries they they didn't promote it as Cocaine Bear because of
Crazy
certain
Bear.
laws? Crazy Bear.
Crazy Bear.
Right. Over in Europe.
If they'd have released it here as Crazy Bear, I wouldn't have watched it. No matter what we've been talking about this film for 9 months.
Yeah,
what was the
since I was first here,
what was
since
the
I was
first
first
thing?
here when Mom first passed. Like, yeah.
If the first thing we see is Herm, I can see him jumping up and down in his chair. Sent us just a text that says "Cocaine Bear,"
Yep.
and then that was it. And we were psyched for the movie just from a title.
And the second thing we were psyched about was Ray fucking Liotta.
Yeah, like what a great movie. Not again, not Goodfellas, but what a great movie for him to have a fucking awesome time with as his last movie, you know?
I felt, and this is going to lead into what I got to say later. I felt bad watching this film, going, "That's the last film you worked on." But then when I got to the end of the film, I was like, "God
You
damn,
know, it's not
that
that
was the
bad.
that was the last film you worked on. That was
Yeah,
great."
yeah, but like, when you take it all in and for take it for what it is, you know, you get that. But you know, in the beginning, you're like, it's just stupid. Yeah, that's why we watched it.
Right, and I'm accused myself of watching some shitty movies over the years that I find to be, fun watches over and over again. Shocker being one of them. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
Oh,
is
it's
another
Phantom of the Park. Kiss
of them.
Meets Phantom of the Opera is something totally different, and it's probably a porn or something. I don't
Probably
know.
like Edward Penis Hands or
Right.
Beaver and Butthole.
Beaver and Butthole.
San Fernando Jones and the Temple of Poon.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's an actual
You know what?
Whoa.
Dude is going. We just talked about porn at Mark's house the other day. I got to tell you, why is it that when I was scrolling to find a really good movie the other day on pay-per-view type thing, once you get to the highest numbers, it's all porn. And I haven't seen the first Wet Ass Latinas, but I got Wet Ass Latinas 34.
I was going to say 47.
Like where's the first 21 Wet Hot MILFs?
Gushing Grannies 104.
Down! Ladies and gentlemen, I quit.
Hold on, let me figure out how to just turn his video feed off. Just off.
No, don't do that.
Give me just a second.
Hey,
I'll be right
that
back.
ladder is still behind me.
What was the one
that
that
ladder's still behind me?
because you haven't moved it?
Because you didn't put it the fuck away?
Because it's taller than the ceiling.
There's a
And I
surprise.
Bitch to get in and out of it.
There was an ad because Herm and I had a friend named Andy that we called Doc, and he would get the girly magazines all the time. And there was an ad in the back that we used to fuck with all the time. And he's showing me these pictures, and I'm like, oh, she's cute or she's not cute. And you turn the page, and there's a full-size ad that says, it's a 900 number, and it says, fuck my fat ass. So I'm sure somewhere on the pay per jerk channels is fuck my fat ass 57.
Fuck my fat ass 57.
This is why we can't have nice things, because Andy Seifert introduced us to fuck my fat ass.
They gotta be at least.
Zach,
I'll be right back.
They gotta
This
be
is
in
nuts.
the hundreds by now. They gotta be at least 101.
I would like to think so. I mean, because what was it? College Latinas on Crack is only up to 34. Or whatever the fuck. Zach's comment is actually telling. I didn't watch it for the awards it was going to win. So when it comes to this movie, this was a curiosity at best for all of us. Well, since Herm got up, why don't you start, man? Go ahead, please. Finish your point. I want to hear it.
There's three very clever way that the three stories that they kind of wove into that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just a horror movie, it's not just a comedy. There's three little subplots that are going on in that movie that actually get resolved at the end. Which when they were introducing it early on, I was like, are they gonna is this gonna pay off, or is this just it's just a MacGuffin. But no, it was they actually you got a ending that all three of the little stories. Pretty impressed. Hey, here comes the man, the myth.
Not so Slim Shady is back in the house. So yeah,
I see some hair. You're a hippie now. You a hippie now, Herm, out there in Colorado?
Yeah, I gotta shave my head. It's getting long. It's almost a quarter inch.
Your hair's growing back nice.
It is.
Wow, how many times I heard that over the years.
Huh?
Anyway.
Which hair?
But Lynch, you're absolutely correct.
Your back hair
And
looks fantastic.
The three stories I saw was the story of the children, the story of the mom, Carrie Russell, who still looks good, looking for the children, and of course Sid and his retards going out to find the cocaine.
Right, yeah, like O'Shea Jackson.
I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him.
No, he likes to have some fun, man. I can see him having fun with that.
It was really good.
I mean,
when your first ever movie,
how do you blow two fingers off with one bullet and they're not even the same fingers?
They're not even next to each other. He was like this.
Yeah, like
How the fuck do you walk around?
for real. How do you lose two fingers? They not even next to each other.
So fucking hard at that.
I felt bad for him once I recognized him. I'm like, you just came off a cinematic masterpiece in Straight Outta Compton, and now you're doing fucking Cocaine Bear.
He's just like his dad.
Yeah, but he's done a couple of other movies too, other than that I've seen him in, and he's been pretty good. But he's done some comedy shit, and he's pretty good.
He's got his dad's timing, and he looks like his dad a lot.
Yeah, he's got his dad's ability for timing on a line really, 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 really heavy. Yes, he does.
Because I watch, as many times as I've watched Straight Outta Compton is one of my favorite movies. Anybody who's known me for
Mine too.
10 minutes knows I love NWA, but I can't tell that that's not Cube in that movie.
Mm-hmm. He looks just like a young.
No, like he looks enough like his father that with the Raiders gear and the jackets and
the Jerry curl,
right, and the Jerry curl on the back and some of the and yeah, like there are scenes where like that's fucking cute.
I can see somewhere some liberal going, he said Jerry curl, turn it off.
Yeah, but yeah, he had the Jerry curl going and he had some drippage going on. Follow the drip.
He
and
so
yeah,
low, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, there were scenes where he totally looked like Cube.
Absolutely, but let's get back into this movie. Lynch, you were talking about the three stories intertwining. Expand on that a little bit.
So, and there's, I think that I may be reading. I may be really reading into a movie like Cocaine Bear a little bit too much, but I think the little boy in that movie, I don't think he really has a family. And at the end, when Carrie Russell said, "And even you too, I love you," and even you, whatever his character's name was,
Henry,
and that kind of resolved in my head early on. Like, this kid, like, is he an orphan or does he like not have a good family? Because he's always with her. That they established that very, very early.
Right.
They're best friend. He's her shadow.
He reminded me a lot of like the main kid from The Sandlot. He ran shit. He was the
funny.
guy.
He was funny.
And where the fuck? I didn't see it until the waterfall scene. Where did he get that championship belt from?
His ass.
Because it wasn't there when he was
his ass.
No. He introduced it at the very beginning of the movie. He shows it to her. It says like the belt I ordered came in, and he pulls.
They didn't have belts like that in 1985.
Well,
All right, creative license. I'll let it go.
I must have missed that. I heard him say the line, but I didn't see the belt. Didn't see him show the belt.
Looks like I'm watching that shit again tonight.
Right now, I got to watch it for all the shit we fucking missed.
We're all gonna bring in points that somebody saw that somebody else didn't see.
But yeah, so there's that storyline where
there's
mother finds both kids.
And the dog.
Yeah.
There's the whole
So-
story and the whole storyline of the dog.
Right?
The fuck? Did you at least feed her?
You see,
love
even
that
Derek
guy.
saw it and I didn't. And she says, "How many allowances did that take you?"
Yeah, I must have been looking at something. I don't know what happened.
I know when I started the movie, I was still putting away laundry. I was away.
Yeah, kind of too. I was in the middle of finishing up something, and yeah, so that
15
could have
minutes in,
happened.
I was flat on my ass watching this movie, a beer in one hand and who am I kidding, a beer in the other. I was ready. I was Cocaine Bear Jones. But now, if Herm can stop interrupting Lynch, I'm lying, but no, I'm not.
Anyway,
Go ahead, Lynch, please.
so you have that storyline, then you have Sid and the son. You have that relationship. It's fucked as it is, but
And even that took a
tell the son to
turn.
find his kid. Go be
That
with
took a
his
turn
kid.
two different ways.
Yes.
Yeah. So even for as dumb of a premise it was actually I thought very well done, and the horror bits are really really cool. The cop's death is the lady, the female cop's death is fucking awesome.
Oh my god, no, it's not.
The ambulance scene.
The ambulance scene is
That whole
ass.
scene. That whole scene is awesome.
The ambulance scene.
And I said that because I thought one of you would pick up on it. And the only one that really picked up on it was Derek the Undertaker, who, when he watched it today and he's texting us, he's like, "Oh, I'm watching Cocaine Bear." And I said, "The ambulance scene is ass." As soon as he hit the ambulance scene, he goes, "That's it. It's Depeche Mode. I just can't get enough." Ding, ding, ding. You're the fucking winner, my man. And he noticed in a screenshot when they the young girl's room, she has a Billy Idol poster, Duran Duran poster, and a Depeche Mode poster. Herm, are you going to die?
No.
Please don't die. And if you're going to die, go throw some cocaine out in the woods. Do it the right way.
For real.
Oh. So, with the Sid and his son Johnny, when you first see Sid in the movie, he's at like a Chuck E. Cheese with his grandson.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
babysitting the grandson. "Grandpa, look what I did." "Yeah, that's really fucking great." Not even looking. He's pulling a complete regular Dad Jones. "Look what I did." "Yeah, that's great." I'm staring at that chick's ass over there. But as it goes on, that dynamic keeps coming back in whenever Sid and John are in the same frame together. And then toward the end, I'm sure we'll get to it, when Johnny's like, Sid says, "You're no son of mine. You won't do the right thing." He's like, "Dude, the right thing is taking care of my kid. Fuck you."
Yeah, that was good.
And I do have to say that, as much as I hate to say it, because Ray Liotta, whether it's Goodfellas or, Christ, any number of films, I even liked Observe and Report. Ray Liotta always knocks it out of the park, and even with this one, as shitty and fun of a movie as this was, Ray Liotta knocked it out of the park. That guy can't. When he was alive, he couldn't lose. He just could not lose.
What the fuck you doing over there?
Herm, put the taquitos down. Tyson ear bits?
No, it is his flower though.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, maybe that was his ear, and Holyfield's making money off the situation.
No, but they do. That's how they sell them.
I believe it.
That's how they sell the edibles. The edibles are little ears with a bite taken out of them. Yep, it's just a little ear with a bite taken out.
Can
Yep.
you show one?
I don't have any of the edibles, but that's what they are. But I got
You got Bud, though.
But the edibles, there's actually two different kinds, because some states you're not allowed to use edibles in a shape that would be appealing to children. So they're just like little squares. But in some states that allow it, they actually market them as little teeny tiny ears.
I don't know how many children in 2023 want to eat a gummy that looks like an ear with a bite taken out of it, but who am I to judge?
Yeah, but it's Mike Tyson, so
That's true.
he's selling the shit out of them.
I'm going right back to Lynch. Tell me a little bit more about what you thought overall. I know you talked about the three different storylines kind of pulp fictioning each other back and forth. But I'll give you this. When you brought that up in my mind, I'm like, but it all went in the same direction, which was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they all the stories resolve themselves in the end. No storylines that didn't get tied up. Which in a movie like this, usually it's just the story is very thin. This actually had a story, and it wasn't just. It was more than just them chasing after the bear because it had cocaine. There was other actions that were important that the story was pushing forward. Overall, I thought it was a very well done movie. Funny, the horror bits I loved because I'm a nut. And Elizabeth Banks can actually direct a movie. As much as I really don't like her as an actress, she
What?
I love her.
No,
Dude, I watched the Pitch Perfect movies literally for her, just for her and what's his name to go back to fucking forth like they're every time there's a show. It's literally the only reason I hate those movies. I love those two going back and forth together.
I hate the Hunger Games, but I'll watch for her, even if she's painted up like Molly motherfucker.
Yeah, she looks like, fucking the Crystal Queen.
Well,
She should be in a David Bowie video. Go ahead.
I have kind of a tainted view of her.
He saw her taint.
Bird here familiar that I was pretty tight in the Kevin Smith fan community for years. And when I heard stories about how she treats people from the set of Zack and Miri Made a Porno, and it kind of makes me look at her very, very differently. She from what I understand and what I've heard from a fairly reliable source, she's not a nice human.
As long as she's not stealing my wallet or my popcorn, I'll watch any movie she's in.
Yeah, my wife's kind of that way. She will not. She will not watch a fucking anything with J-Lo in it because J-Lo was rude to some people at the casino, and and some.
I got a story about her. Oh boy.
Did she fall victim to the cocaine bear?
Privilege.
Yeah, I've heard those stories.
No, okay, she got money.
If you make fuck you money,
that's shit. She got fuck you money. All right, so
her fuck you money has fuck you money.
That's what I'm saying. Like she got fuck you money, so she fuck you. I do what I want. I mean, seriously, she got fuck you money. Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's. You think none of us would be much different? No. If I had fuck you money, it'd be on.
You can't park there. Fuck you. I'm buying the town.
Fuck you. I just bought the parking lot.
Hello, Jordan. Jordan. I'm sorry, Lynch. Go ahead.
If I had fuck you money, I'd be like, yeah, I want to eat here alone.
Look, if Bruce Willis can rent out Disney World for his kids,
I want the entire place to myself.
That's fuck you money.
That's what I'm saying. That's fuck you money.
Oh, speaking of Bruce Willis, what a sad story, man.
Yeah, ongoing too. We'll talk about that in a week or two because it's not going well.
No, he's not doing well at all.
But Ray Liotta died making Cocaine Bear.
I think
he thinks.
Therefore, he is.
I think I say it just wrapped.
Yeah, right before he died. Let me look that up. Continue with your dissertation of said cinematic classic.
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater.
Ain't nothing masterpiece about this.
Welcome to Masturbation Theater.
Masturbator Theater.
Jordan says, yeah, fuck you money.
Hey, fuck you money. I love it. Ain't gonna ever happen. But no, I thought it was a good movie. I was a little surprised at the quality. Like you guys said, to look at everything and did I miss anything the first go around?
we're gonna have to. I know we're gonna watch it again, and we'll have drop-ins here and there about.
Oh yeah, we missed this. We saw that. Look what I. Oh no! Did you guys see?
I'm pissed off about the championship belt. I really am. It was dedicated to his memory. We knew that was the closing credit.
Yep.
I'm guessing it wrapped before because it just says he appeared in Cocaine Bear, a thriller film based on a true story. Okay, Herm, stop dying. I'm not doing the gimmick twice. This is what I gotta say when it comes to based on a true story, and this is a true story. When you see something based on a true story, some of the complaints that I saw was, "Well, that's not how it happened." No shit, it's based.
Right, it's based, which means there's right. And here's the story: the story that the story that they used was there was some drug dealers. They threw some drugs in the woods out of a plane. There was a dead fucking parachutist. A bear ate a bunch of cocaine. They took that of the real story and said, "Yo, what?" And then kind of spitballed it. That's what the problem. That's what based on a true story is. That's why you never really hear, unless it's a documentary. It's never really the true story.
Ray Liotta died after the wrap. It turns out he was filming Dangerous Waters at the time. I don't know if that film is out yet. I'm looking now. No, that film comes out. It doesn't say.
Dangerous Waters.
Dangerous Waters. I guess we got to watch that too sometime.
All right.
God damn it. Disappointment. Matthew Reese didn't get more screen time.
Is that the guy with the mustache?
I think so. I'm looking that back.
And that's the guy that does the videos about. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking work here. I don't own the store. Is that him?
I'm trying to find out.
The ambulance guy.
Dickhead. I'm trying to find out.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm talking out loud, and Derek is watching. So if he can answer first, fucking right on. I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to everybody.
So he played Andrew Thornton. He played the.
Oh, the parachute guy. All right, all right.
Of course, he's not going to get screen time. He dies in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it sucks. That's his role, bitch. Suck it up.
Yeah, at least he got a payday.
You got a role. You got a paid gig. A gig's a gig.
Christ.
A gig's a gig, bro.
Right? You ain't got to be on the set of
$20 is
Fort
$20.
Right?
You know.
By the way, another shitty movie that I've made people watch over the years, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Like Richard Pryor said, you're making money, right? You're making people laugh, right? Well, tell Bill to have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up.
So, we've heard. Do you have more on this cinematic masterpiece?
No, I thought it was. I thought it was pretty good.
I'm good.
I went into it in the wrong way, and I already admitted my fault.
You went in you went in knowing you went in the mafia style. You went in knowing too much.
But I knew the story going in, so I never thought out loud.
Well, kind of. You knew the base story, but you didn't know the depth, the shit that they pulled out of their ass for that doc.
No, I had read the Wikipedia style version.
Right.
I was Cliff Notes. So, again, being the time frame that I had, I watched a documentary, I went to sleep, got up the next day, I'm doing shit, and I'm like, oh, it's mid-afternoon? Cocaine Bear. Beer in one hand, beer in the other. Let's do this.
Cocaine Beer.
Cocaine Beer. That's the next movie right there.
That's the next movie right there.
Stars in...
Sponsored by Bud Light.
And the entire soundtrack will be done by Nickelback and Depeche Mode.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds nice. All right, so going into this, I knew it wasn't going to be like a docu-thriller. It wasn't going to be like the movie they made about Richard Kuklinski or...
Right, this was not the Dahmer fucking...
This wasn't Patriots Day. This wasn't the Dahmer documentary. I knew that going in. But watching the documentary first made me dislike the film. Having said that, I understand what it was made to be, and I am going to go back and watch it again because I can't let that documentary sully what I think. So I've already marked it on my calendar at home. It's going to be a Saturday, and it just says Cocaine Bear noon. So once I get that documentary cleared from my head, I'm going to go watch Cocaine Bear again, and I'll probably have a better review of it. But because of the way I did it, I didn't like it. However, that's not to say that there weren't some great acting in that movie. The kid who played Henry, fantastic. Kerry Russell, amazing. Ray Liotta, top fucking notch. You bought from the moment you saw him sitting there, no matter what you've seen him in before, you bought him as Sid the drug dealer.
Yep, he looked like It was not a Goodfellas role. He looked like just a sleazy Florida drug dealer.
Right, you bought O'Shea Jackson as the muscle behind the street level guys.
Right. You bought the kid as his son, just being a fucking meth head or whatever the fuck, and just being shit.
Yep.
Yes.
And then furthermore, I bought Jesus
Christ.
Well, that'll teach you not to watch the video before the documentary. I watched the documentary first, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm making amends to God and to Jesus and to Mr. McMahon for watching the doc first and not the film. Had I done it in reverse, I'm giving a glowing review right now. I still thought it was fun, and I still think I'll watch it one more time just to see not only the stuff I missed, but to see how much fun you guys had watching it. It's not like Shocker. Once you see Shocker, you've seen fucking Shocker, and you don't need to see it again unless you're me, and I'll watch that 52 fucking times.
I'll throw it on just to fucking rip it apart. Just to be ashamed at myself. Just, oh my fucking God. And this was state of the art. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Wes Craven put his name on this.
What the fuck did Wes Craven do? Fuck, this is Wes Craven?
The Halloween what now?
I watched that in October.
Yeah, I mean, it usually comes on and I watch it, but, you know, it's that time of year. It's usually on one of the fucking somebody.
All right, Zach has a good comment. The park ranger was the MVP.
Yo, swear to God, just fucking squeezing rounds off, smoking motherfuckers left and right. Not one of them a person she trying to kill. The bear taking a chunk out of her ass.
The dude at the door. The way they shot that.
Yeah,
and you see the hole.
Yeah.
And you see the hole blow through his head, and the part of his skull removed and gone. And because they continue the shot for about a second and a half, so everybody has enough time to realize, holy shit.
And then when the EMTs show up and they try to push open the door, and as they're pushing the door and the sunlight catches the door, you see the brain and the viscera all over the door.
Yes, all over the door, all glistening.
I'm not a big fan of gory.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but that was a master shot.
It was. That was beautiful.
Boy,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shoot him. Well, we saw it happen. It's pretty graphic.
And the one thing I want to bring up, this is the funniest part of the whole movie. If you're going to have a gang of hillbillies, this was the most eclectic gang of hillbillies ever in the history of ever.
Yeah, it really was.
The gay skater guy.
Right.
You had the biggin who got his head blown off, and you had the guy who tried to stab. Junior. These guys look like they couldn't rob a Wendy's if they worked there. And when they're supposed to be a big bad gang,
they're not the sharpest fools.
Right, and when Cube shows up, when Cube and Johnny show up, I'm going to call him Cube because I forgot his name in the movie.
O'Shea.
What was his name in the movie, though?
I don't know. The black dude. He was the only one.
Mama calls him Cube? I'm going to call him Cube. So when Cube and Johnny show up, and they try to like muscle up on him, like, "Oh yeah, you're in the wrong place. Give me your money, bitch." You could have taken the collective balls on these guys and thrown them through a drinking straw, and it would have looked like 5 acorns in a
Like hot dogs down a hallway. Just
bingo. These guys were not tough at all, but it made it that much more funny. His name was David in the movie.
all right.
O'Shea
David.
Jackson as David.
David.
Zach says, and then he made sure he wasn't forgotten at the end of the movie. Yep. Mr. Hole in the Head Jones. And, of course, Ray Liotta,
Yes.
who did not die of a gunshot wound in the movie or in life.
Nope. No, nobody did not. That didn't happen.
The cop surprised me. What was it? Bob? Isaiah Whitlock's character?
Yeah.
He surprised me. He's down there to solve a crime, and he has this bag worth $14 million, and he's on top of the gazebo. Well, I got up here. How the fuck do I get down? That was pure comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
I kind of just painted myself into a fucking corner. What do I do
Right.
now? And Reba, that's a hottie right there.
How'd you get up there? I jumped from that tree. Oh yeah.
Can't exactly do that shit in reverse. But Ayula Smart, who plays Reba the cop, that's a good-looking woman.
Oh, the one that we find turns towards the end or towards the middle of
And
the end.
threatened him with the fucking dog. Don't threaten my fucking dog. I'll kick your ass. I'll kick.
Yeah,
your ass.
it was definitely some good shit.
I didn't mind it. Again, I'll watch it again. I might do it sooner rather than later, so I can give a more, healthy, clean slate type of review. For what it's worth, I'll give it 3 out of 5 stars. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. I'll give it 3.
Okay. Harm?
My wife just sent me a message. She said, "Don't be touching that fridge inappropriately before I get home."
Me or you?
Me. She told me not to touch the new fridge inappropriately.
He's gonna fuck the evaporator.
It's so sexy.
It's a
so
it's
sexy.
a 3. I see it.
It's so sexy. It's oh my god, it's so big.
Lynch will get a kick out of this because he's HVAC like me. He's gonna fuck the evaporator while he fingers the condenser. Go, go, go!
There you go. There you go.
All right, so from one cocaine bear to another, the Iron Sheik just had a documentary on A&E.
Yep.
Sunday night.
Season 3, episode 10 of WWE Legends.
We talked about it off air. I'd seen his original documentary made by the Megan brothers, and I knew what kind of a crazy asshole this guy was. But this was actually
This was much more in depth on who he really was besides the cocaine. They included the cocaine,
Right.
but it was more about the beginning and then the after.
See, because the Megan brothers, when they did theirs, it was like, this is the rise, and for the next hour and a half, you get the fall. The rise was quick in the Megan brothers documentary, and in the WWE version,
it was in the WWE version. It was slow. It was much slower. We got a lot more about. Look, he's pretty fucking amazing. He was the single. The lone bodyguard to the Shah of fucking Iran. That's how fucking dangerous he was considered amongst people. That he was the weapon that the Shah used to keep himself safe.
Mm-hmm. And they say in the documentary, he says it, Khosrow, the Iron Sheik, his wife said she never felt safer than when I was on that detail. That says a lot about this guy.
Yeah.
He was a high school wrestler. He wrestled in the Iranian army.
He was
AAU champion.
Yep, and then he came over here and was immediately tasked with becoming the U.S. Olympic team assistant coach.
for the
He
72
was
Olympics.
for the 70 for the yeah, but it was more than that. It was 2 Olympics, but he went. It was 2 Olympics. I think it was 72 and 74, or
76.
it was, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like it was there was 2 Olympics. He was the assistant coach to the U.S. Olympics team. That's how good he was as an actual wrestler. And then after that. Right, and after that, he was like, "I want to go pro." And
Hooked up with Vern Gagne.
I was going to say, and then Vern beat him into submission, and turned him inside out. And he was good, but it wasn't until he went heel that he had real heat. He had that heat once he turned heel.
Right.
Lynch,
And
Lynch, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were done, Mike. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Lynch, what are you saying?
I don't remember. I remember what I was going to say. Never mind.
Good. No worries. What got me the most in the WWE documentary, like you said, was the training that he did with Vern Gagne in that barn. Think of the guys that came out of that camp.
Ric Flair.
Jim Brunzell, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat.
Oh my God, dude! That first class, that class with Vern that year, or however it worked, and out there, and he worked those guys like fucking slaves, like mules. Worked them till they fucking dropped.
You're gonna do 1,000 free squats, then you're gonna do a 5-mile run, then you're gonna come back. You're gonna do 1,000 push-ups. You're gonna do this. That's even before you touch the ring and learn the craft.
Yeah, plus actual weight training. He fucking worked those guys like an owner.
Yep. When he went pro, like you said, he was, a good guy in the beginning. He had when you see him with the dark hair and clean shaven,
right, and a clean face.
Oh, what a handsome motherfucker! And then when they said, "Hey, you want to go heel?" Grew the big ass mustache, shaved his head, and then you see the complete transformation from Khosrow Vaziri to the Iron Sheik, and it all becomes like, wow, that's the same dude. And he played that role rather well. Now, if you grew up in the 80s, you hated the Iron Sheik.
I loved him. Always did.
As a wrestler, he was fantastic. But
it. He was fucking amazing as a wrestler. And I loved the Camel Clutch.
You don't spit on my country. You don't come out and be like, USA, No, I've had enough. I couldn't root harder for Sergeant Slaughter at that point. Fuck Hulk Hogan at that point. I wasn't a Hulkamaniac really, but Sergeant Slaughter, you don't fuck with Sergeant Slaughter. So, as we get through his career, he had a really storied career, and then the drugs kick in. The story with him and Duggan in the car, Hacksaw Duggan, riding to, and this is the age of we're not supposed to let the people know that we're all intertwined. And then they get busted for drugs.
Right, and they're busted for drugs on the side of the road. They're both, What? Iron Sheik and then fucking Duggan are getting arrested together on the side of the road? What?
Yeah, that basically, like, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, was Pete Rosenberg.
That was the official glass ceiling breaking.
Yeah, he didn't open the curtain. He tore the curtain down.
Yeah.
That was when you knew that, Sam and Diane aren't really together. You know that Stefano's not really killing a bunch of people. And, oh, by the way, Sheik and Duggan are buddies.
Right. It was just there. It was, yes. Yeah, it was,
and it
was bad.
It killed, for a lot of people, it killed their love for the business.
Right. It kind of killed wrestling for a bunch of people.
But it grew to ridiculous heights. And as Sheik got older and the drugs came in, and I'll say this, Herm, I don't know if you can throw that picture up, but when it really got bad, he's in the midst of a cocaine habit, and when his daughter got murdered, Marissa. Look at this. Can you believe that's the daughter of the Iron Sheik right there? Put a little, can I get a pen? Can we put a little handlebar mustache on that picture? That's a gorgeous, gorgeous woman, and she was killed by her boyfriend for merely breaking up with him. Unbelievable.
Such a beautiful girl.
Yeah, and that took him down a new path when somebody introduced him to crack. And, dude, if you ever watch some of those old interviews, I know I've sent you guys a couple, which is where the title of today's show comes from. and he's all cracked out, and he says, "But
Dude,
my
he's done
daughter."
he's done interviews where he's ordering crack over the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need my medicine. I will not do interview till get medicine. You fucking jabroni. The guy is just—he's lived the life of 10 men, and the fact that he's on the other side now, he's a Hall of Famer. People love him. He's a fucking follow him on Twitter. Christ, this dude every day.
Oh,
is something funny.
he's a fucking laugh riot now. He's hilarious.
And I think he's embraced it. He's
Yeah,
embraced
he's
that
very
role as-
entertaining.
Well, what is he, 81, 82 years old?
Yeah,
He's fucking around on Twitter every single day trying to make us laugh. You know, last August when it was Hulk Hogan's birthday, I remember, happy birthday to the Hollywood blonde, bald-headed jabroni Hulk Hogan. Go fuck yourself. Wow. I want that kind of text in December when I have my birthday. You know, happy
real.
birthday, you pear-shaped
There you go.
fat fuck. Yeah, right. Now we're all on the hook. Wait till all. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. Why am I clipping in and out?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I didn't touch nothing.
Me neither.
And the signal is strong. Lynch, did you get to see any of this?
No, but I did watch the original documentary.
Okay, and from that one,
I'll find it and I'll watch it.
if you have a regular cable system, you can find it on demand. Yeah, there it goes, Zach. You're going to get it on your birthday now. I can't wait to see the text messages. And I'll print every single one of them on the screen on my Facebook when they say, "Oh, happy birthday to the Chris, the pear-shaped fat fuck jabroni. Go fuck your ass." And there it is. Yeah, everybody's birthday wishes are going to be on the screen. You rat bastards.
yourself humble.
Pokey, you're canceled. Right? No, nobody's making me humble. Not after what he said he was going to do to Brian Blair.
That'll make for a nice start of December.
Yeah, well, it'd make Christmas something
Right.
to look forward to.
Right.
So, Lynch, you watched the original documentary. Is it just me, or did the Megan brothers kind of put the onus on the drug use rather than documenting the career of this guy?
They covered a lot of time in like 15 minutes at the beginning of that documentary.
Mm-hmm.
It was like he was born, he wrestled in school,
Yep, worked for the Shah.
blah 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 blah. Now he
Yeah.
here
For real.
yeah, worked for the Shah. Then here comes cocaine. The big cocaine monster comes and just I don't know. I think had they told more of the backstory as to what got him there, I think it would have made more sense.
I think
And it sounds like this documentary is giving you the rest of the story.
I think what WWE is doing is good because they're actually shining a light finally after 20, 30, 40, 50 years of these guys live a life of hotel rooms, cars, and gyms. That's it. And then they go to the ring, perform for 20 minutes, and they're on the way to the next town. They're away from their families a month at a time.
Yep.
Yeah, you can find a way. A lot of them do, and a lot of them drop dead real early of drug addiction or the perils of drug addiction. You have, on one hand, Eddie Guerrero kicked the habit, but it had done so much damage to him, it killed him at 38 years old. Or you could be Chris Benoit, where the drugs and the head trauma caused him to kill his family.
Yeah, and that's such a. People say it's a joke, it's all fake, but the behind the scenes, it's fucking grueling. You're living on a bus.
Yeah.
Literally, you're living on a bus. Those guys don't
Go
fly
back-
place to place. They
Go-
ride
well-
in a fucking bus.
Yeah, buses, cars. Back then, in Sheik's day, and I can't remember which documentary it was. I want to say, going back to Bret Hart, you're packing 6 guys in a rent-a-van, and you're all asshole to elbow for 300, 500 miles. You get to the town, you check in, you get 6 hours of sleep, you go to the gym, you shower up, you go do the show, you're on the road again. You're eating shit food. You know, you're stopping at any greasy spoon or Wendy's you can find.
And you got to look at the
And-
years that this was happening too.
Oh yeah, the 70s and 80s, which
70s
was
and 80s,
cocaine
man,
central.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Right. Right.
And you look at
So-
guys now that they're of that advanced age, Lynch. The only thing saving a guy like Mick Foley, who probably had more trauma physically than anybody else in the business,
Oh my
is the
fucking
fact that he's got
Christ.
a good wife, good kids, and a good head on his shoulders.
He's a
Right.
very smart dude. He's a smart dude. I like him. I follow him on social media.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter.
He's my future father-in-law.
He's a hell of a story.
Yeah. What up, Leon? He can only stay for a few, though.
Heard. We'll take it.
He changed so much over the course of his career, from what he started to what he became. I mean, and everything in between.
And there was a moment in there's a documentary called 350 Days, which is free on Amazon. I encourage you to check it out, where Foley actually, and Sheik's in that briefly too.
That's how many days a year they're on the road.
Yeah, and of course Ox Baker, who, God rest his
I
soul,
love Ox.
is the most annoying motherfucker.
I know.
I can tell you stories about some of the shows I did with him, but Foley tells a story about when he's coming up and he gets into WCW and Sheik was there for a cup of coffee and he had a conversation with Sheik and Sheik was like, "Why are you doing all this stuff? Why are you killing yourself? You don't have to do this." And Foley's like, "I got to get noticed somehow. I'm shaped like a bowling pin. I'm not Hulk Hogan. I'm not the Warrior. I'm not Sting. I'm not Luger. How else am I going to get noticed?" And when he came in back in 90, he had all his teeth. 2 years later, he comes back. He's got his forefront teeth missing. He's ratted up. He's scarred all over.
Yep.
That was the life back then. Yeah. And you look at a guy like him or, God rest his soul, Bruiser Brody or Abdullah the Butcher, where his forehead looks like a death metal logo.
Yeah, it was one big scar.
And it's from gigging themselves and giving the people their money's worth. But what is it worth to you?
Right.
I mean, I can light myself on fire to make you guys smile, but how many times am I willing to do that?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. When is going to be the last match?
Exactly. I'm trying to remember who I interviewed years ago. It was Dusty, as a matter of fact, who, by the way, his documentary just went by. Another great watch. And he had a group of guys, like they were listening to him like he was the Pope standing, sermonizing from the mount. And Dusty said, "Someday, and you won't know it, but that last punch on your bump card is going to come. Then you'll know it." Like, you never know when it's done. And you see these guys, especially my hero, Ric Flair, doesn't know when to say when. You're not young anymore. And the fact that, I'm going to get back to the Sheik, the fact that he came out on the other side, clean and sober, still funny as fuck. The guy is pure entertainment from top to bottom. Whether he's in the curly-toed boots in the wrestling ring and you watch him on the Peacock on the WWF channel. Sorry, WWE. Don't want to get a gig. Sorry, Vince. And your mustache. I'm sorry. And, of course, whether you watch him now on Howard Stern every now and again or his Twitter feed, he's embraced his role. He's kind of like the goodwill ambassador for the sick and twisted.
Yeah,
I can accept
knows
that.
his place in the universe.
Mm-hmm. And he's not trying to be something he's not. Okay, going back to the documentary, you see Hulk, blue T-shirt, blue do-rag, because heaven forbid you recognize the fact he's got no fucking hair. Of course, we've known it for 34 years.
Yeah.
You see Sean Mooney was in that documentary too. Waiting for it. Thank you very much. He was in that documentary. Everybody is subtle. They're just sitting there. They're talking. Does anybody actually tell Ric Flair before he leaves the house, "You look like a fucking throw pillow from my grandmother's couch back in 1974"? Who dresses this man?
No.
I swear to God, that man gets dressed in the dark.
Styling and profiling, he is.
He's not doing either of those.
Styling and profiling.
His friend. his friends out of the house like that because they think it's a fucking game and it's funny.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. If one of you two walked out of the house dressed like Ric Flair, I'd sit back and go, "Nah, Herm, no, Lynch, you look good. Go ahead.
You look great, bro. Come on. No, go ahead. Walk it out, bro. Walk it out.
Go ahead. Go get in the shiny gold paisley suit. You look great. Move ahead." Fucking dolt.
Yeah.
Unfucking believe. You look back, and for anybody watching who doesn't believe me, go look up a picture. Ric Flair, 1985. Dude, trim as hell, looks like $1 million. And then just watch anything that has Ric Flair in the last 15 minutes. He looks like a carnival act. He really does. He looks like the guy at the front going, "Come on, come on, and see the two-dick man." Unfucking believable.
Oh,
Yes.
well, the car.
Come again, Lynch? You cut out for a second.
Those were the days, though, man. The carnival barker.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to do that, though. Look, okay, I've watched a lot of these documentaries, and I fuck with. There we go. Woo! Thank you, Zach. My man just won MVP without even knowing it for the night. You look at. I fucked with Hulk Hogan, as Mike will tell you, for years. You don't need the do-rag. We already know. Ain't nothing underneath the roof. Just live your life. Do your thing.
It's as effective as the blackface beard.
Yeah, pretty much the shoe polish gimmick,
Yes.
which you find out in one of those documentaries.
Love it.
That's his actual hair color. The rest of it's bleach. That's why he ain't got.
Yeah, no, I know. It's yeah.
So yeah, you did that to yourself, bro. So you don't need it. I mean, hell, I don't know how many years I watched. What's his nuts there? I can't think of his name. Old time wrestler, superstar Billy Graham. Still go out and he's got the gimmick,
Wow.
and he's trying to show all his arms
After
and
his
whatnot,
fucking knee surgery.
knee surgery, hip surgery, ankle surgery, liver surgery. Dude has been cut open more times than a Thanksgiving turkey.
Don Morocco.
Don't you put your fucking whore mouth on Don Morocco.
I love
Don't
Don
do it.
Morocco.
Oh, Don Morocco was the shit, bro.
I love Don Morocco.
You know what I watched the other day? Now that we've gone off the rails, on Peacock on the WWE channel, I watched a couple of old world-class championship wrestling out of Texas.
Yeah.
And I would pick out certain dates because that's when all the dudes started dying. David
Yeah.
Von Erich, Gino Hernandez, Chris Adams, Kerry
Yeah.
Von Erich, Mike
Yeah.
Von Erich. Just watching the tribute shows. And I'm thinking to myself, that old saying I used to use all the time was true. Some days you're the gun. Some days you're the Von Erich.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable. Another great documentary to watch. I'll send you guys a link. It's the most in-depth thing you'll see on the rise and fall of the Von Erich family. And Kevin, the last remaining brother.
I was gonna say the last melon.
Yep. He told a story about, when he found his youngest brother, Chris,
Last man standing.
and he goes out and he finds him in the woods and he's choking on his own blood and he slips his hand under his head to pick him up. And he says, and my thumb went into the exit hole. And I'm like, dude, how? How have you made it this long? He's got more trauma upstairs. He's probably got 6 therapists from BetterHelp on call every day.
Yep.
I can only imagine, man.
And he's the only one of the brothers
I
that
couldn't
actually
imagine
beat.
that.
He's the only one of the brothers, A, still alive, but B, he had a little bit of a drug dalliance in the 80s from what I've read. And he's once Kerry died in 93, and that's the last of the brothers. Never touch it again. His worst vice now is vodka and cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Lives on a private island in Hawaii, raising up his
Could be
kids
worse.
and his grandkids. Yeah, right. It could be. He could be, in that plot in Denton, Texas, next to Dad, Mom, and the 4 guys. 5, if you count the younger brother who got electrocuted at 6 years old.
Right.
Unbelievable fucking story. If there was ever a family that needed Jesus, that was the family. And it's
Bring
funny.
up- I
Herm's
said
laughing.
Jesus, baby.
Yeah, they played themselves off on TV. You know, we're good Christian people and we fight for what's right. Meanwhile, Kerry's getting busted at airports with, big gallon bags of pills that he got from Puerto Rico on his honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
Explain this one to me. Who rides their motorcycle with just a pair of jogging shorts and low-ride Nikes? Kerry Von Erich. Who does that while he's high? Kerry Von Erich. And who hit a parked police car and had to have his foot amputated because of it? Kerry Von Erich.
Let me guess.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you one guess, and it rhymes with Jerry Von Rerich.
Yeah.
For real.
Rory McIlroy. That's it. But yeah, the wrestling business for what it is, we all know in our 50s, it's fun, it's entertainment. It's no different than watching Grey's Anatomy. It's no different than watching, your favorite movie. Fuck the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I'm watching WrestleMania. Okay, I catch WrestleMania every year, whether I know the players or not. I'll try to catch up a little bit. I listen to Jim Cornette's show all the time, and here's what happened this week. Okay, cool. Now move on. Let's talk about the old days. So I know the players. I just don't know exactly, how they do or what they do. I catch Monday Night Raw every now and again. But the way the business is run now with the wellness program, when you get hurt, like Cody Rhodes last year returned at WrestleMania, and within 8 weeks, he tore his pec, and he took his jacket off at the show, and it was all purple and nasty, and I'll send you a picture, Lynch. You got to see this shot. And he worked the match, and then he was out for 9 months getting surgery. And he's back better than ever. He looks great, but this isn't fake. It's predetermined. Yes, it's scripted, sure. So is a Batman movie. But there's not that, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start going to movies. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you. I'll punch you in the butt when I see you, you fat bastard. Every time Zach would come to my old apartment, he's like, hey, let's watch Raw. And every fucking time for 5 years, I'd turn on Raw, and it was Kane versus The Big Show. Every fucking time. Couldn't escape it. And we joke about it. He's like, hey, we're going to watch Raw.
Every time.
It was. And it was Kane and The Big Show. But, what they do and how they treat their performers, I'm going to start being the heckler. I'm going to go to the next movie I can think of, whatever the next big blockbuster is that comes out. And I'm going to sit in the back of the theater on the last row. And as, the love scene happens, like, baby, I love you. I have to save you from the evil. This is all fake, right? That night, I'm going to shove them through that brick wall behind her.
Yeah, right. That's
right.
I don't understand why people look. If you enjoy something, enjoy it. Unless it's Nickelback or Rush, then fuck you, or Mayo Chup. I couldn't resist, Lynch. I'm sorry. Yep, there it is. If you enjoy something, let people enjoy it. I could give a shit. I know people that watch like Chicago PD. I know people that watch all those hospital dramas. Have I ever shit on you for something you like? Other than the Broncos. Okay, I'll turn it on Lynn.
Well, I mean, there's that, but and the Red Sox, but that's given.
That's guys busting. That's ball busting.
Yeah. That's no.
But like, if you went out to a movie, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go see the new. I don't know if you like. I know Lynch does. Lynch, you like James Bond, right?
Yeah.
So if Lynch called me, it's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And Lynch says, oh, me and Megan, we're going to go see the new James Bond movie. Oh, that's bullshit. He doesn't have all those gadgets, and he can't drive the car up on the side of the wall and jump out of a plane. And
nice. Enjoy that shit, bro.
Yeah, fuck you. I'll be like,
nice.
Oh, cool, have a good time.
Have a good time with Meg. Enjoy that.
Right. Hold her hand, buy her popcorn, keep the Twizzlers for yourself.
Squeeze the titty later. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. On the way home, pull the truck over, take the tuna bus to Pound Town. Yeah, do your thing. But stop, again, and I'm going to say it for the people in the back, and if you have a wife or a husband or a kid or a friend or even your grandma who can't allow you to just like the shit you like. I have a friend who loves Dungeons & Dragons. A female friend who likes Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I love that shit when I was like 13.
Sure.
Loved it.
I played it for a little bit. I tried to get back into it in my 20s. I just couldn't. It's not my cup of tea. However,
I like the whole concept, that whole era, that whole dragons and thing. That's knights and shit. That's all pretty cool. But
you liked it because when you were 13, much like me, it was in the heart of the satanic panic, and they thought we were all going to become bloodthirsty cocksuckers.
Yeah. It kind of scared the living shit out of all the adults in my family. Yeah. And it was kind of fun, something we could get together and do. But continue.
Yeah. That's her gig, and she likes it. And I'm not going to say, "Oh, that's silly. Oh, you should try something else or this or that." Herm. I'm looking at Lynch and Herm, which is really weird. Lynch has his comic book collection. Lynch has hobbies that I don't have. I'm not going to shit on him for it. And I have hobbies that he doesn't have. I for every like fucking woodworking thing he makes, I polish off another book. Whether it's political science or biography, those are the only two books I like. Political science or biography, or cultural studies, if you will. I will read the shit out of that to feed my mind. And somebody at work one day was like, "Oh, you're reading The Case Against Socialism? Why?" I'm like, "Because I pay for it. I'm going to read it. Has nothing to do with you. What did you read?" Well,
it really has nothing like that. It doesn't always have to have a political. The political value that you've placed on it is, I'd like to know what the fuck is going on, and I'm reading about how this bill works. There it is. I want to know what the bill says.
Well, there was another guy that I worked with who saw that I was reading that book. It was by Rand Paul, The Case Against Socialism. And he goes, "Oh, don't listen to Rand Paul. You should read American Marxist." So I went to my Amazon. I went, doo-doo-doo. I just ordered it. It'll be here in 3 days. And I read that. So they were counterpoints to each other. And at the end of it, he goes, "So what'd you think?" I'm like, "I like Rand Paul's book better. I like his idea better. However, in the book you recommended, here are like the 15 points I really liked." And he went, "You really dig deep into this shit, don't you?" Yes, because if somebody...
Well, yeah, if you're gonna read the book, you might as well fucking comprehend it.
Sure. Lynch has said to me on a million occasions, "Here, watch this movie. I think you're gonna like it." A week later, what'd you think? I either loved it or I hated it. There's no in between. But I watched it and I took a recommendation. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm never talking to you again because you made me watch Howard the fucking Duck," which is a great movie.
No, we all do that constantly. We do that constantly. Constantly. Yo, what's that on? XYZ streaming service.
Give me your login info.
Right. Send a login. Is that one of the ones we share? All right, cool. Who's got that? All right, cool.
Well,
and that's it.
I didn't share this one this week. I wanted to share it today. If you haven't seen it already, on Netflix, American Manhunt, about the hunt for the Boston bombers, where they go deep in the weeds with some of those FBI guys. And Lynch, you and I...
Oh, I watched that, kind of. I got to watch it again.
Lynch, you actually suggested Patriots Day to me back in the day. The movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
So when you watch this movie...
Great movie.
Absolutely, 1,000%. And to watch the documentary and see, we did it the right way, only because they're separated by 5 fucking years. You know, the movie Patriots Day and this 3-part documentary. Wow, you get the wrinkle behind the wrinkle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And to know some of the things that went on in the hunt for Ship Stain and Speed Bump. You know, you find out and how sick and demented these guys were because they followed a doctrine and ideology, much like we talk about now around these parts with some of the things that are going on now. They got so steeped into this ideology that there was no way they could get out of their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, Lynch. Go ahead, please.
Go ahead, Lynch.
I've seen a lot of stuff about those two. So I'd be interested to see something more that I've never seen before. Because you know me, I love that shit.
Mm-hmm. This documentary, I think you're really going to enjoy. And what I didn't know, you remember 2 years ago, when they appealed his death penalty and they commuted it to life without. Turns out during the filming of this documentary, and it wasn't big news, they turned it over. He's gonna die.
Oh, they overturned the overturn.
Good.
Yes, they did, and that was one of the first blurbs at the end of the documentary. Spoiler alert: we know we already know what happened. I'm not telling you how Batman got the Joker. You know what I mean? We already
Right.
know how Batman got the Joker.
Right.
But they said his death sentence was overturned in 2020, yada yada. It was recently reinstated as they were filming the documentary.
Huh. There you go.
So good. Fuck them.
There you go.
Good.
But yeah, even Lynch was just up in Boston not too long ago for a Red Sox game. Did you happen to go not too far from the stadium to where the start-finish line is and see how the street is all like one big memorial to the 4 or 5 people that died and the countless others that were injured?
Yeah, we actually last year went to a couple of Red Sox games. We made it a point to go up there.
Yeah, all of Boylston Street.
I think it's. I think it's actually done tribute to those people and the day. I mean, I remember watching it unfold live. It started right after I got out of work that day. I was like, holy shit! I get home, I'm watching it. I couldn't.
Yeah,
yeah. That went off. Jen and I were at the Uncasville Diner, eating a meal when that happened. When that all fucking went off.
I had just dropped off my daughter in Brattleboro, Vermont. I was coming back. Go ahead, please.
No, keep going, Chris.
Oh, so I decided to take like a shortcut so I could catch my favorite restaurant in Worcester, Chef Ho's. Great Chinese food. If you're ever in Worcester, check out Chef Ho's. And I decided to cut across. Say again?
Good stuff. I love that place.
So as we're going down Mass Pike, I'm listening to WAF, and they broke in, and they're like, "Okay, you got some breaking news. There's a bombing at the Boston Marathon. 2 devices went off. Yada yada yada." And I'm just like, "Fuck!" And I'm glued to the radio until I get home. I skip the Chinese food, skip Chef O's, right in front of the TV, and watching CNN for days as they hunt these guys down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when the little one ran over the big one after the firefight, it's like, okay, 1 down, 1 to go. Let's do this. Fuck them. And it's another thing. It goes back to that theory that, a criminal doesn't stay that close to the scene of the crime. He was found, 25 miles away in Watertown, hiding in a boat. So, if they're going to put a prison up next to your house, guess what? You're pretty fucking safe. They're not coming to your house. They're going to get as far away as they humanly can. These guys were just stupid and didn't run that far.
Right. They didn't run far enough at all.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, watch that documentary, American Manhunt. You'll get a lot of good information that you probably haven't heard before, and some stuff that'll put your jaw on the ground, especially some of the discord between Boston Police Department and the FBI going head to head. We should do this way. No, we should do it this way. Boston PD wanted to release the pictures. If you've seen these guys, let us know. Call the number. FBI says, nope, we have it under control.
Nope, we're good.
Yep, somebody else went, okay, we're releasing these pictures whether you like it or not. Good.
Right.
Whoever that is a fucking hero. Because it was over. It was over. The Chinese kid who got his car jacked, big part of that documentary. He gives so much insight. It's fantastic.
Good.
Nice.
So that's my recommendation for the week. Lynch, what do you got for a recommendation of the week?
I really haven't seen
That's a
anything
good
that really grabbed my attention.
Okay.
We're catching up on shit that pops up on Hulu when we're on our main interface because we watched this show, a show from like 10 years ago will pop up. There's been a couple of those shows that actually were really good, sitcoms, a couple of dramas, but nothing really sticks out.
Okay.
The Quantum reboot. If anybody hasn't watched it yet, please give it a shot. I love it. Megan loves it. I think it's a really, really great continuation of the original story.
What is this again?
Quantum Leap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that show sucks. That show fucking sucks.
You suck.
It's so
No,
fucking
it's
Why
fake.
you suck?
it sucks. It sucks because I don't like the way that they're running the show. I don't like it. I don't like that. I just don't like it. It's the way that the characters are played now, who he's talking to when he's there, how they work that out. There's been a bunch of situations where things have just been off and different, and it's a continuation of the story, and I don't like it. What I wanted was, I know we lost Sam, but it really should be called Quantum Leap. It should be called something else, because it's not. It's different. The whole new in the future thing just kind of fucks it up for me. And there's too many restraints and constraints now. There's new rules he's got to follow. I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't want rules.
Fuck
I like
rules.
All right.
Oh,
fair.
you're completely entitled to. Absolutely, man. Yeah, my wife likes it, so I sit there and I suffer through it. But yeah, I mean, yeah. No.
All right.
It's kind of like the new Magnum.
Yeah.
Magnums,
Watched it.
Magnums, fucking Higgins.
Higgins. Yeah. I don't
What
like
the
it.
fuck? This is not Magnum. This is something else.
I'd like to go back in time and see the original Magnum fuck Higgins. Now that's a show.
That would have been
my.
a show, my friend. Woo! I always liked the one where Higgins was the cowboy too.
Yes. Lots of good stuff.
Lot.
There's certain things you don't reboot, and I haven't. I'm going to try the Quantum Leap because Lynch, you say you like it. I'm going to give it a shot. I tried Magnum, can't get into it. It's one of those ones you shouldn't touch. Thinking of some of the reboots, I didn't dig Night Court. I did not dig Night Court.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Larroquette pulls that together. So
He's the only bright spot.
Larroquette pulls it together, and that's just the way it is.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Who else do I like there? Oh yeah, I like the bailiff.
There's only one bull.
He's funny.
No, there is only one bull. It's not there's you had Bull, and then you had fucking Marsha Warfield too,
That's right.
and then you had what's her name in the very, very, very beginning, the smoker. Ah, yeah, come on, Bull.
Salma.
Yes. So we had some good ones. We really had some good ones. But yeah, I like the bailiff. She's pretty. She's a character.
All right.
It's not bad.
Let me try it with different eyes this time.
Definitely.
You guys don't usually steer me wrong, so yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I pretty much watch it for Larroquette. I'm not gonna lie. He's got some great zingers. He can't go as too crazy the way sexually, the way and stuff with the way, but he gets them in. So it's funny. There's a little bit of
Good.
Dan in there. There's a little bit of the old Dan in there, and it's pretty good.
All right. Okay. I will lean upon you guys on this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Lean on
Anything
me.
else?
Chernobyl, the Lost Tapes.
Okay. I wanted to start that. It's on my queue. I'm not gonna tell you.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right, Lynch. You honestly haven't seen anything in the last few weeks to throw on the table and just go, here, try this.
Not really. Not really. As I said, we've been catching up on shit that she likes to watch and branching out into other stuff.
Okay.
I haven't even watched any good movies. I watched Clerks 3.
I
man.
haven't watched it yet.
All right. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just Herm, just You don't have to.
I'm probably gonna cry at the end. That's probably all there is to it.
That was the question. Did you cry? Did you
I probably
cry
will.
during that scene?
I got to be honest, man.
You're
I react a little different at 50 to shit and life experience.
Mm-hmm.
I will tear up at some of the most fucked up shit, and not like Ball, but like all of us. That all of us. I'm teary. Since Mom and Pop died, so
even without that kind of tragedy in my life, was it a year?
like
or
I
two
find
ago?
myself getting teary on the fucking end of a Last Man Standing sitcom, like because I understand it with kids and parents, and I just you start to see things different, and yeah, you know what? I'll probably cry and tear up.
That was the question. Lynch, did you cry at the end?
I did. Not cry, but like Mike said, I welled up. I mean, because that's my life, man. That's from the age of 20-something to now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up,
and
he's only a year and a half older than me. I mean,
in your opinion, did bringing Veronica back kind of tie every loose end?
Oh, Lynch is tied.
we lost him.
Lynch has tied his own loose end.
I think so.
Oh, he's moving again. There he
bringing
is.
who back?
Veronica.
Yeah, I think it did. I think there's fluctuation there.
For me, when she came in and she was, hot and bothered, angry, again, not trying to spoil too much for Herm, and she is just screaming and yelling, and then she says that one line, and I'm not going to say it out loud, because, again, Herm's going to watch this movie, and she realizes what she has said, and she looks up at Dante,
Yeah.
and you just see the color run away from his face, and she's like, oh, shit. You kind of realize now that these goofy ass characters from when we were a kid are now us. Even Randall, he had his coming of age when at the end of this movie, Randall realized who Randall is at heart, and that's not a secret.
Right.
Herm's probably already read the premise 6 times,
Right.
and he's going to watch this movie. I'm not sharing, I'm not going inside baseball here.
Right.
But to the point that this film made you cry and only 3 movies in my life have ever made me cry. What Dreams May Come, E.T., I was 8, shut up, and Clerks 3. That's it.
Oh man, my list is longer than that. I'm like Mike. There's certain things, especially as I get older, and it's a completely different context. Shit hits you different.
Well, okay. I'm not talking about blubbering and biting the pillow and I have to scream inside of it to get it out so nobody sees me cry. I'm talking about, you got tears flowing and you got the little lump right here, that kind of crying. I'm not talking about, you just watch your grandma get hit by a bus.
Right. Fall down, skin your knee crying.
Right. It's like, and I was 2 years ago or however long it was when they retired Derek Jeter's number, I cried. And it's like, there's my childhood. There's my, late teens / 20s, 30s, whatever. He's walking across the field accepting accolades, and he went to the Hall of Fame. And, you're just like, wow. And it hits you in a different way. But movies, no, that's my escape. So if somebody makes a movie, whether it's Spielberg or whoever wrote What Dreams May Come or Clerks 3, I never thought I would ever, in the history of ever, cry during a Kevin Smith movie. But I did watch Geely, so I should have cried.
That was Kevin Smith.
Are you sure? Oh, no, Jersey Girl. Wait, no, Geely was somebody else. You're right.
Jersey Girl.
Yeah, Jersey Girl was absolutely terrible. I should have
But
cried.
it was Affleck.
I spent $18 on this piece of shit.
And the late fees.
Oh, no, I went and saw it in the theater. You know, sometimes like you do, like you're doing right now. You know, hey, the wife wants to catch up on these shows. Well, you know, when you got a girl or a wife or somebody, and she goes, "I really want to go see Jersey Girl." Okay,
Okay.
we'll go see Jersey Girl. And you
There's
walk out of the theater
popcorn.
wanting to. You would walk
Yeah.
out of the theater wanting to punch an infant.
That's
Pretty
angry.
much sometimes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, now that
That's
we've
angry.
dribbled on and told you how absolutely pathetic we are, crying at movies and shit like that. Anybody have an idea for next week?
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
Not yet.
Lyn-
It's still early though.
Lynchification. By the way, you spelt fiend wrong.
Yeah, if it's
I know.
I
I just
E.
didn't feel like fixing it.
You're
That's
crack
all right.
faint. You're crack feigned.
Whatever.
He feigns his cocaine
He
addiction.
feigns his coke. He's a big coke fiend.
What does your hat say, Lynch?
Oh, now it's the label for my
Jesus
edibles.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
I
What
got the
the
look-
fuck?
The lucky bastard saloon hat on tonight. That Megan got me.
I can't even with this guy.
I'm
I can't
promoting
even.
What
my
the
favorite
fuck?
edible.
Yeah, you are. Mike Tyson's shoot off ears gimmick bullshit right here. You guys got show ideas? JunctionDysfunctionShow@gmail.com. You want to advertise? JunctionDysfunctionShow@gmail.com. You want to rip the board for a week? JunctionDysfunctionShow@gmail.com. And we do this for 4 reasons every single week, guys. We do it for you, all of you who watch and take time out to listen to us. And then we do it for God and for Jesus and for
And
Mr.
from Mr.
McMahon.
McMahon.
And with that, I say goodnight. Gentlemen, do your thing.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Peace.
Sleep soundly in your beds tonight. Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moment of a dying world, what have you
I don't care if they both look like Clydesdales. I'd fuck both the Sheik's daughters that are still alive.
Oh